beauties, welcome back, or welcome if it's your first time here. Always happy to have you. I want to do a video that I have been wanting to do for quite some time now. I want to do a full face of my drugstore favorites, like drugstore products that I reach for constantly, drugstore products that I know I am going to be able to look flawless in, look beautiful in. I already did like my top favorite drugstore lip products, but this is going to be everything. Absolutely everything I'm using is drugstore. So let's just get into it. It needs no further explanation. I do already have my eyes primed with my Milani, of course. I'm going to prime my face here with my Wet n Wild primer serum. I love this stuff. As you can tell, I've used a ton of it. And it's super affordable. I think that this is like, it's definitely less than $10. I know that. But I love this stuff. It's so lightweight. It's super hydrating. It just really helps prep my skin for whatever I put on. It doesn't you know, act up under my foundation. Any foundation I've ever used with this has applied smoothly, beautifully, so that is definitely my favorite drugstore primer. Another really, really good one, I don't have it with me, I put it back in my drawer. It was in my stash the last rotation, the CoverGirl Illuminating Base. That stuff is beautiful too. Really, really beautiful. I think I pretty much have all drugstore primers. I've got a Fenty Beauty one and a Clarins one, but other than that, strictly drugstore. So, eyes. Couple things. My absolute favorite drugstore palette, which if you've been watching me, you already know, but my Flower Beauty Jungle Lights palette. This is such a stunner, you guys. I talk about this all the time. I know I do, and you're probably sick of me, but I absolutely love that palette. I just think that for the drugstore price, it's $19 for how big the pans are, for how beautiful of a product it is. It's worth every penny. I really, really believe that. They are, I'm going to swatch some of these for you, and I know I've swatched them before, but they're so intensely pigmented. They are creamy. They are just, I mean, they're like foiled shadows that rival any high-end shadows that you can get. Here's just a few of them. But I absolutely love this palette. I promise you, every time I wear it, I get asked what's on my eyes. I get complimented on what's on my eyes. I just do. I recommend this palette all the time. So we're going to use that, but I am going to tie in, I just want to use a couple mattes. So I'm going to use one of these new, the Wet n Wild Color Icon palettes. They reformulated all these. These are stunning too. I filmed a get ready with this a few months ago, and I really, really enjoy this palette. These are less than $10 as well, I believe, but they have a bunch of different color stories. So, you know, if you see something you like, try it out. I don't really know what I want to do today. I probably am going to use one of these purple shades in here. I don't really know what yet, but let's just go in with, oh, by the way, the palette I have is, this is Call Me Sunshine. They have a bunch of different ones. I'm going to go in with kind of that lighter brown there. Just run this all through my crease. These palettes are, if you're familiar with any of the other Color Icon palettes, if you used them in the past, I always thought those were pretty decent formula-wise as well. But they reformulated these, and they are, I mean, they're just as good, if not better. They're pigmented, they're super blendable, buildable. They're just easy. They're just so easy to use, and, you know, beginner friendly at a drugstore price. What more could we want? Okay, so just kind of, I'm not being super precise with this. I can always come back in and clean up, which is what I do anyway. You know what? I'm gonna do what I typically do and just do one eye on camera for you. I don't know, I just feel like that's the most efficient way to do this, so you don't have to sit and watch me do both eyes. It's the same thing, and it's just a lot easier for me to edit the video down. I don't really, yeah, sometimes I don't want to edit a video that's like 45 minutes long, so we'll make this quick. All right, that is that shade. I'm gonna take just a completely clean brush here and just kind of go over the edge. Just make sure it's diffused, you know, I don't want any harsh lines, just blend. That's the trick with anything, just blend. Get you some shadows that are easy to blend and blend. All right, let's just deepen this up with the one and only deep brown shade that's in here. We're just gonna keep this right out in my outer corner. This look is not going to be anything complicated, something that is flattering on any eye shape, you know, something anybody can do, which is really what I do on a normal, you know, daily basis. This is pretty much what I do. I just kind of vary the colors I use. Now I do have some fallout, if you can see that. I do get some fallout from that dark shade, but that's okay. I will clean that up. Keeping most of the color out here, just as it's blended ever so slightly, just bringing it all through my crease. So easy. Again, just making sure you blend, really take your time and blend here. So we have that blended how I want. We're gonna go in with the only glitter glue I've ever used, the Nyx Glitter Glue. Just set that down where I want my shimmers. These particular shimmers, these Flower Beauty ones, because they're so creamy and so foiled, they really do need something to stick to. So I definitely recommend some kind of glitter primer or glitter glue when using them, just to avoid, well, for the best application and to avoid any kind of fallout that you might get. So again, I'm not being, I am always so drawn to that shade. That shade is called Wild. I'm gonna do that one. So I'm gonna put the majority of this color on with my finger, just kind of pack it, you know, press it on to my lid. Oh, look at that, you guys. It's insane. So yeah, I'm pressing on my eyeball just to really get it to stick to that base I have. And then I will go in with a brush, a flat brush, and try to just be a little bit more, I don't know if that brush is gonna work. Try to just be a little bit more precise, at least in the inner corner here. Just get it places where my finger and these long nails can't reach, that's all. If you don't have fake nails, shouldn't be an issue. But just get it in here all over my lid. Kind of blend it into your outer corner here. Look, it's not rocket science, okay? It's makeup is fun. Do what you want. This is just a super easy. I mean, you can complete this eye look in less than 10 minutes. That is gonna do it. Let me catch my other eye up to speed here. I'll clean up my fallout and I'll be back. Eyes done. Cleaned up my edges. Happy with how this looks. Let's get to my base. Already primed, like I said. I'm gonna go in with my concealer. This should again come as no surprise to you. My Neutrogena Radiant Cream Concealer. I have the shade, I think I have the shade Sugar. Yeah. Love this stuff. I've been using this. I mean, I just use this nonstop. It's wonderful. It's buildable. If you want more coverage, you can build it up. I don't typically want that much coverage on my under eye. This is about what I use, and then just blend it out. But it's so pretty. It's I think it's around $15. I think that's about what I paid for it. But I love this stuff. There's a pretty decent shade range for Neutrogena, but it's just goes on smooth. I love how I personally love that it's not full coverage. You know, I mean, it's just, concealer is one of those things that's all about, well, all of makeup is, but it's really about just like personal preference and what your particular skin needs are. My under eye doesn't need a ton of help. I mean, I do get a little bit of like purple or bluish discoloration if I'm extremely tired, but otherwise, you know, I mean, I just have normal fine lines. You know, I don't struggle with extreme discoloration or bags or anything like that. So this works well for me. Foundation, you know, it's my L'Oreal True Match. You guys, this is such a just classic, tried and true foundation. This foundation has been out for like 15 years or something, and when it came out, I just remember how like innovative it was and what a big deal it was when it came out. There are, I think, close to 50 shades of this foundation, which is like insane for a drugstore. It's like an $11 foundation. I've gone through so many bottles of this. Like, this used to be exclusively what I used. I mean, I was obsessed, but it's such a beautiful foundation. It just is. Like, it's not cakey at all. It has a beautiful like natural skin-like finish. This is again one of those products that I recommend all the time to people who don't know what foundation to try from the drugstore. This is almost always, I'm gonna push my headband back. This is almost always my recommendation. I actually was at Target just this past weekend with my daughters, and one of my daughters wanted to try some foundation. They're both getting to the age where they want to like experiment with makeup a little bit more. They're both on TikTok, so you know, they see all these viral, you know, makeup things. And anyway, so this is actually the foundation that we matched her with. I think it's very, very user friendly, you know, for someone who's, well, shit, I'm almost 36, but somebody who's 14, 15 and just wanting to get into wearing makeup, this is a great foundation. So I just love the way it sits on the skin. Looks great with sponge application, looks great with brush application. It's my favorite. And you know, all these things are favorites for, I mean, the price point is fantastic. They're drugstore, so everything here is under 20 bucks, but they really are favorites because I love products and appreciate products that you just don't have to fuss with, like products that are just good, like period. You can just grab them, put them on, know you're going to look nice. That was just, that's all I do to my brows. I just brush them out with my spoolie, and then I use this little Maybelline tinted brow gel. Maybelline Brow Fast Sculpt. I have soft brown. That's all I do. And don't judge my brows. They haven't been waxed in a very long time, but we are not judging people's brows during these difficult times. Okay, I will get them taken care of when I feel comfortable doing so. So they're just, you know, they're wayward right now. So powders, I have a couple different powders. You know that I only use powder on my under eye. I don't set my face, so I apologize. I can't tell you what powder to use for that, but for under my eye, my e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder is hands down my favorite. It's so like silky, lightweight. It gives you luminosity, but it's not shiny. And then my Haley's, sorry, I already took the lid off this. The Haley's Beauty, it's got a long name. The Retouch Perfecting Powder, Loose Setting Powder. This stuff is beautiful too. This is definitely more expensive. This is the most expensive thing on this list. This is 22 bucks. I have heard some people say that you can get Haley's Beauty in Target stores. I haven't seen them in Target stores where I am at, but I'm sure, you know, in cooler cities than St. Louis, they have Haley's in Target. But I'm gonna use my e.l.f. because e.l.f. is the one that I really, really do enjoy. I just take a little bit on, if I used a sponge for my concealer, that's what I'll use. If I used a brush, I'll use the brush. I put it on both ways. Makes no difference. Looks beautiful either way. But that's it. that's all I do with my powder. Pretty easy, but I do feel like this just gives you a beautiful luminous glow. Like I said, it's not cakey, it's not shiny. I just love it. Okay, let me finish up my under eye. I'm not gonna do anything crazy. I'm probably just gonna run the browns under there. Okay, under eyes done. I just wanted to pop on and tell you what mascara I'm going to use. I'm not going to apply it on camera. I hate applying mascara on camera, but this is new in my collection. I've only had it a week or so, so might be a little bit of a cheat, but I've already repurchased a backup because I love it that much. This is like, the hype is real about this stuff, you guys. The Maybelline Sky High mascara. This is so good. The wand is so flexible, and I love brushes that are shaped like this, that are kind of like tapered, because I say it all the time, I can really get into the inner corner on, you know, upper and lower lashes. This gives me both length and volume, and this is literally the only mascara that I have tried in so long that does not transfer. I do not have like black dots on my under eye a few hours into the day. So I don't know what it is, but this is absolutely my favorite mascara right now. So totally recommend. Okay, eyes done. That's 2 coats of that mascara. It's so freaking beautiful. Love it. I just threw on some earrings because duh. Let's finish this look. Favorite drugstore bronzer. This was tough because honestly right now I'm not feeling too many drugstore bronzers, to be totally honest with you, but this one is definitely my favorite. This is the Ulta Beauty Natural Glow Matte Bronzer. I have the shade Tan. I've been obsessed with this stuff since I got it. This is obviously only available at Ulta, so sorry if you don't have access to Ulta, but this shade is, I forget who recommended this. I think it might have been Daisy Cash. I think she used this. And I just think the tone of this is so different. It almost has like some red undertones, which I actually really like in a bronzer. Never thought I would, but it just works with this. I think this gives you such a radiant, luminous, like just beautiful sun-kissed look. It has a really nice, very light, like coconut scent. Get under where my headband's gonna sit here. Get my whole forehead. I always bring my bronzer down. But yeah, this is, once I really started looking through my collection, this was a no-brainer. Like, I love this bronzer. And I always tend to go ham with this. I always go overboard, but I feel like it looks so good, even if you put on a lot of it. So bronzer. Let's get into blush. I want to talk about a couple, okay? Obviously, one of my favorite blushes of all time is the Milani Luminoso. Like, duh, it's a classic, it's an OG, but I love so many drugstore blushes. The Flower Beauty liquid blushes, cream blushes, those are beautiful. You know how obsessed I am with those, so I didn't want to include them in this video, but definitely the best drugstore cream blushes. These are a fairly recent purchase, but these are stunning too. The Essence The blushes, I'll swatch them for you. This first shade is called Befitting. These blushes are $2.99, you guys, and they're so soft, and just so pigmented. They're so easy to blend. Like, these are gorgeous, and they just give you a really nice natural flush to your skin. And the second shade I have, which is my favorite, is called Bespoke. So I always swatch in an awkward spot, but that first one is Befitting, and that's Bespoke. I'm gonna get better at swatching one of these days, I swear. But yeah, all of these blushes are beautiful. I don't actually know which one I want to wear today. You know what, let's do, because they really are all favorites. I've worn Luminoso countless times over the years. I'm gonna do the Essence blush in Bespoke, because again, it is one of my favorites. Just like to blend this up into my temple. But look at that beautiful color it gives you. I do like to take a little blush, kind of drape it over my nose, across my cheeks. I just feel like it kind of ties everything together. It gives you that nice, just gives you a nice color. So that's that blush. Love that. Favorite highlighter. This was kind of a no-brainer too. My Pixie by Petra Glowy Gossamer Duo. I have the shade Delicate Dew. There's two of them, one other one. I'll swatch this for you. I'll try to swatch it in a better spot. I usually just take my brush and run it in both of these and use it as a highlighter. But these are stunning. This is $18. They're so creamy. Yeah, they're so creamy and intense and really do just kind of make you look lit from within, which is what we love, right? So I'm just gonna take my brush, just gently go back and forth between both of the shades. And there we go. Like, how beautiful is that? My husband got me this for Christmas, and I honestly have, it's something I wanted for so long, and I've just been obsessed since I got it. Okay, so let's spray. You already know my favorite setting spray is the L'Oreal Shake and Glow Dew Mist. Not a whole lot to say about that, just a regular old dewy setting spray. Favorite drugstore lip liner, hands down, the Maybelline Color Sensational line. My favorite color is Totally Toffee. That's the lip liner and lipstick. You should know my L'Oreal Fairest Nude. You guys, I don't know what else I can say about this. I don't know how much more I can rave about this. Just get it. Just get it already. It's just the best. It's absolutely the best. I probably pick one up just about every time I go to CVS. I have so many of these. I have this like irrational fear that it's gonna get discontinued, and then honestly, what am I gonna do? I don't know. but there we are. I don't typically put a gloss over this lip. I think that the lipstick is like satiny enough on its own that you don't really need one, but this is it. This is the finished look of all of my absolute favorite tried and true drugstore products. Hopefully it was enjoyable to watch. Hopefully maybe you got some new stuff to try to put on your wish list. Let me know down below, like, what are some of your favorite drugstore products? Like I said, I am a drugstore gal, always and forever. Lipstick check. So I love a new drugstore rec. Please let me know. Please give me a like, subscribe. You know what to do. I would love to have you stick around for some more content, but until next time, take care of yourselves and take care of each other, beauties.